Hi everyone, Gig Coach Jake here, your go-to for gig economy news, tips, and tricks, and I'm streaming live today. For those that are catching the replay, no big deal. I want to talk about all this nonsense saying DoorDash is trying to disrupt multi-apping, or they're punishing for it, right? Not true. Now, I'm speaking from personal experience and a lot of others. What I want to say real quick, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, you need to realize who you're watching and which channel, what their purpose is. My channel, my purpose is to educate you all how to be true independent contractors. I inform you of the snares, the stuff that's going on out there with these gig companies. I then teach you strategies and tricks and tips on how to get around that and still succeed, no matter what changes come your way. Skip the drama, skip the nonsense, all the BS. That's my purpose. Some other channels, their purpose is entertainment. It is to make a living off YouTube and put information out there, and to be entertaining and do a different number of things. Again, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I just want you all to realize when you're watching YouTube and these different channels or reading something anywhere, Facebook, Reddit, including my channel, my content, take it with a grain of salt. Use some common sense, some logic. And don't be so quick to believe everything you hear. And again, back to realizing, what is that channel's purpose? Just think, what is that? What have they done over time? Consistency. What is that channel's purpose that you're watching? Are they for entertainment? Does it entertain you? Do you learn stuff and go win and succeed? It doesn't matter. YouTube has various reasons why creators put content. And of course, creators are out there making a living off of it. They're putting their time, their creative efforts. No big deal. Now, those that want to fraud and say that they're doing something that they're really not, that's another story in itself. I don't want to get into all that. Not my problem, not my business. All I want to do right here is just squash the nonsense and the noise. DoorDash is not disrupting or punishing for multi-app use. They could care less. DoorDash reminds me of Uber. Uber's always been very transparent about how they're going to screw their drivers over. They've kind of switched and used some terminology to kind of soft talk it like DoorDash does. But at the end of the day, they're pretty transparent when they're going to screw you over. DoorDash has always been transparent with like their pay model, what they're going to deactivate you for. For example, a lot of people recently were deactivated for completion rating below 70%. They dropped it from 80 right down to 70. It's not that hard to keep that completion rate percentage above 70. It really isn't. For those that got deactivated, it sucks. I'm sorry. Just realize it was your own fault, your own doing. You pressed the limits a little too much, and you were hoping that you were going to get it back in time. With markets as saturated as they are with drivers, they're having zero tolerance on that. Just know that if you fall below 70%, you're at a big risk the next day getting that email. Several people in my group this last week did, in fact, get that email the next day when they fell just below 70%. And it didn't matter how many deliveries they did that day. Pretty much once they fell below 70%, it triggered something in the system. It red flagged. Then they were going to be deactivated, and the process began. It didn't matter how many deliveries they did and how many they completed that day. Once they fell below 70%, that's when DoorDash says, we're cutting ties. Again, they're very transparent about where they're going to punish you, how, why. I've had acceptance rating as low as 0% over a dozen times on DoorDash in the year I've been doing it. I run multi-apps every day, at least 6 days a week, if not 7, with DoorDash, GrubHub, sometimes other apps like Postmates, Amazon Flex, Roadie. I have at least 3 apps running at a time most often. GrubHub, DoorDash, and Roadie at the very minimum. And Roadie, I'm just using that one to collect a lot of information and data. to be able to use that going forward. And sometimes I'll have Amazon Flex. It's too hot right now to be messing with Amazon Flex. And they took away the Amazon restaurants. That was the biggest moneymaker and the biggest appeal. Back to the scare tactics and the fear mongering. A lot of this stuff just gets views. Realize that. Of course, the channel's purpose is to get views, to get paid, and to put content out there. You're all the ones clicking and watching it. You can't be mad. You're clicking and watching the content over and over and over, and you're going back to that channel for some reason, some purpose. Whatever that purpose is, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Just understand the purpose of that channel and the stuff that they're feeding you. You know that my stuff's fact and database driven. What I bring you and what I talk about here is legit. And I let you all make decisions for yourselves. You're adults, you're independent contractors. I just put this stuff out there and let you make the best judgment and choices your own self. Now, I don't understand why there's all the fear mongering. These companies do enough of that. These companies use a lot of scare tactics, a lot of psychological scare tactics to force you into an employee relationship or into doing things that they want. It makes no sense to me why creators that want to help the community go out and put the stuff out there that scares everybody into not multi-apping or not rejecting as many offers. My campaign is hashtag LowPayNoWay, anyway, anyhow, within our rights as independent contractors. I will continue to educate you all on how to be true independent contractors. Whether you believe me and follow my advice or not, I don't care. I put the content out for you all. Those that do listen are following. In my Facebook group are going crazy. They're finding a lot of success implementing some of these things, like for DoorDash, for example. Now, those of you that want to go make me out to be some bad guy for promoting DoorDash, well, guess what? Do you really think DoorDash is going to pay somebody that teaches you all to reject more offers and to work as a true independent contractor? No, that screws up their program, man. I've had comments like that, and I recently, it's funny. It's crazy. That's how stupid people are. Do you really believe a company's going to pay somebody to teach you how to do the opposite of what they want you to do? Heck no. Come on now. That's the kind of stuff I deal with in my comments every day. What I do care about is those of you that are being confused. You're not sure what to believe. You do not, it's your livelihood, it's your income. I get it, I understand. That's why this stuff pisses me off, because they're feeding into the psychological scare tactics that the company already promote. All you're doing is helping them. Why? So you can get views? That's fine, but I want you all to know that is their purpose. I'm not pointing fingers again. I'm just using examples to help paint the picture so you all understand who to believe, who not to believe, and who to kind of somewhere in the middle. And we're all there, right? There's times I'm full of shit. I'm not always right. Some of the things I think or say you don't all agree with. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We all don't agree. We all do things differently. That's the beauty of it. I give principles, guidelines, tips, tricks, my own experiences, others' experiences, and let you all go from there. That's it. I still don't understand all the scare tactics. There's a lot of them. You can run a lot of these apps, multi-app. GrubHub is the only one I know that tries to disrupt multi-apping the best that they can, but they really can't. They have no right to. DoorDash doesn't care. If they cared, they'd be deactivating people for other stuff like double dipping. We all know that in DoorDash, you can go grab an order from DoorDash. If you're at the same restaurant, grab a GrubHub. They don't care. In fact, somebody even had an email exchange with them recently, and it was asked, it was touched on, they don't care. Acceptance rating, they don't care. They just want you to be on time, get the delivery done, complete 70% or more, and have a higher customer rating. That's it. The rest of the garbage and stuff you're hearing out there, throw out the door. Until you see proof otherwise. Like all the stuff that was talking about, DoorDash was doing timeouts. Their app just sucks. I've been doing a lot more DoorDash recently to collect data and evidence on some of the changes and how the app is functioning. You know what I've gained? Their app just sucks as always. It's very glitchy. You know why I think that? And I know that because I use 2 devices. If they were trying to time me out, do you really think that I could hop on my tablet and be able to go unpause? No, I wouldn't have access on either one at all. It's the ghost offers. I have videos coming. I have a lot of screen share and content that I've collected. I want to show how DoorDash is paying out higher. They're testing a new model in some different zones. Some of you have found this. You've seen it. And here in Phoenix, I know one particular zone over another, and I think there's a couple more, where they're paying out higher, right around $7 a minimum instead of $5 a minimum, which is actually $4.75 now, in the regular zones, like they've been doing for a while. Test out different zones to see which ones are paying out higher. When you see a lot of offers $7 or higher, you know that zone's potentially paying higher. There's something going on. They're testing something out. I've collected a lot of evidence, data that I'm going to share with you on a video this week. I'm also going to share a video on tips how to schedule. Yes, a lot of you freaking out about scheduling recently. They just changed the requirements. All that is a carrot on a stick. I don't care about scheduling days. Why? Because that makes you do choices and work differently than you would otherwise. Some of those choices you make to keep a certain acceptance rating or completion rating above 90%, 95. 95%, now that takes away that 1 out of 10 is what they've done. When you're at 90% completion, you could then reassign 1 out of 10 and be smart about it. You ran into one bad situation. Now at 95%, you've lost that wiggle room. You reassign one offer, you've lost early scheduling, period. That's just their way to force the relationship and force you into being an employee. Everything you accept, you better do. And part of that's off watching videos like this and the tips and advice that we give. They're like, oh, okay, if they're doing this, how do we counter? What are we going to do? And it's this cat and mouse game. They change things. We figured out. We go teach you all what to do differently. They figured out. It's a silly game. They just paid us fair. We're transparent about all the details like true independent contractors see before they accept a contract and sign away. When you accept an offer, you've just signed a contract. If you don't know how to screenshot, go Google your device how to screenshot with whatever phone, tablet, whatever device. You need to know how to screenshot. There's screen share. That takes up a lot more energy or more battery. There are ways that you can record those incoming. So you can do a screen share when you're working. For those that are driving, you're like, I don't want to have to stop. I get it. Totally get it. I'm at home most of the time. I conduct my business in a different way where I'm not always moving in the car. It's a lot easier for me to take screenshots, especially since I collect a lot of content for this channel. What you can do is a screen share. Just know that's going to suck up a lot of energy and battery. In the comments, I want some of you to throw some suggestions of what you do to capture the incoming offer so that way you have that evidence if and when you need it. Sometimes these offer amounts have changed. There's a number of reasons why you need that. Let's find a way. So in the comments, other than screenshotting it with the phone or screen share, please give some other options to people what they can do to capture that incoming offer. That is super important, incredibly important, especially when it's data that you can send to me. GIGCOACHJAKE@gmail.com. For those of you that are confused with DoorDash, the widget, all this crap, and you just want to succeed in this business, in the description below, there's 2 different Facebook groups. There's a global one, that's UK, Canada, Mexico, US, and then there's an Arizona only. Please pick the one that you are in. If you're not in Arizona, please don't try to join that one. I'm just going to decline the request. Just wasting both of our time. Join the global one. If you are in Arizona, join both. You want to be in both groups. Links in the description below. You can interact with myself a lot more there, as well as anybody else that I've helped. It has become an amazing community. You're definitely missing out. So for those of you that are saying, DoorDash sucks, I can't make any money, this is BS, hold on. Jump in the group. Give us an opportunity to help you out before you totally just give up on all of this. We were just discussing yesterday in a post how a lot of people in there's somebody that makes $70,000 a year doing good work. Somebody else makes $90,000 a year. I know some of you are like, BS, that's bull. I guarantee they have the tax returns to prove it. I know for a fact people make that much and even more. I know people that make 6 figures doing gig work. How? You're thinking there's no way. They work as true independent contractors. They work smarter. They treat it like a business. Yeah. With all that being said, I'm going to spend the next 10-15 minutes. I'm going to jump into the comment section. For those of you that do not care for that part of it, you're missing out. I guarantee it. Things come up that I didn't touch on in the video. But have a great day. Be safe out there. And as always, work smarter. Hashtag LowPayNoWay. Use the strategies I've given. It could be as not only $50, $70 bill totals. I used an example yesterday in the Facebook group where I showed 2 different offers out of 3 that I accepted from DoorDash. There were less than $20 bill total that paid out much higher, where DoorDash ended up paying a higher delivery pay. That's what we want. We want a mix of in between. You don't want to get all bigger totals pays where they're paying you $1 delivery pay. If it leads to higher earnings, yes, that's ideal if your market produces that many. Most of them don't. Anyhow, let's jump to the comments. Those of you that are waiting, thank you for your patience. I don't know how you gave that $2 for the stickers. I had that stuff turned off. I did not enable that. Thank you. I'm going to be turning that off after. The ways that you all can give back to me, that leads me to it. You could promote my channel. You can go and teach and share my stuff with other people. That way we can get the majority becoming true independent contractors. If you want some of my merchandise, I have true independent, or I have independent delivery driver. In the link below, my merchant store. You can go on there and check things out. Suggestions, if you have suggestions of things to put on the store. There's a number of different ways you can help me out. The biggest way is to leave me a testimonial in my business page, GIGCOACHJAKE consulting business page, or my website, GIGCOACHJAKE.com. I'm going to be revamping that pretty soon. A lot of new stuff coming on there. And then I have the Amazon affiliate. So if you have things that you want to get from Amazon that are specific to delivery, you can use my links and I'll get a kickback on it. Those are ways you can get kickback and give back to me. The reason I say that, I don't want you to take money out of your own pocket and give it to me. There's a lot of indirect ways that you can help give back to me where I'll make some money for my time without taking money away from you. That's the way I want to do it. So again, thank you for that $2 for the sticker. It's kind of cool. I don't want to have that stuff on my channel. There's other ways you can give back to me where you can hold on to your money and where it's indirect. Like with Amazon affiliates, it's money you're going to be spending anyway. It's the same exact cost, and then I get a percentage. Those are just ways to kick back, again, without you taking money out of your own pocket and giving it to me. And I don't care if you do that for somebody else. No big deal. That's just the way I like to do things with my channel. That's all. So again, thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you that do take the time to put together a testimonial. I know a lot of people would rather just throw me a few bucks than spend the time to write it together a testimonial. That money means nothing to me. Those testimonials, to get something like that and read it, is priceless. It means way more to me because I get to see the impact that it's made on your life, and it helps motivate me to do what I do. Money comes and goes. Spend a little bit of time. For those of you that I've really helped in a big way, write me a well thought out testimonial that I can share if you want me to. If you don't want me to share that testimonial, please let me know and I won't. And it'll just be for my eyes only. That to me is a way better give back than a couple few bucks. So thank you for those that do take the time to do that. Yeah, I don't do super chat. Keep your money. I don't want it. So let's fade over here. Let me get onto the comments. That way you all can see as well. I'm going to scroll up, so just give me a minute. Be patient. I'll cut this out on the video. And I love that Lance called me out for being late all the time. He was willing to bet $5. I was ready to rock this morning. Even though I spilled my eggs and had to go to the store and buy new ones and make more, that threw me off track. Thanks for keeping me on point. Keep me honest. Hey, I need people to keep me on point as well. I'm not perfect. So good morning to all of you tuning in live, and thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see. David says, I've been using both Postmates and DoorDash for the last month just fine. I mainly use DoorDash as Postmates is lower traffic near my home, so I got to travel further south to get more orders. Another beautiful thing with Postmates, they're now adding where you can see the items without being in scooter mode. That is huge. Think about the things I talk about. Not only are you seeing the item count, you're seeing the items. When I was doing Postmates regularly before I added these other ones in, that was a huge thing on Scooter. I could see, oh, it's a steak, 3 items, but they're all high dollar items. I didn't need to go to a menu. I didn't need to have an idea. In my head, I already had an idea. That's going to equal $60. 10% of that, $6 tip on top of the $4, $10. Now it's $3, right? It used to be $4 in my market. Those are just things. So Postmates has become a lot better option. And I have a video coming soon on how to effectively apply them and use that as far as accepting and my other strategies. Real good stuff. So Postmates, not a bad option and become a lot better option than what they used to be. Let's see. Monique says, right, Jake, the message you're not heading to restaurant, I don't think is about to multi-apping. More on time delivery and they give a 5-minute cushion. Beautiful. So that's a great example of the comments reminding me of something I missed a touch on in the actual video. The whole hoopla is about them sending a text notification if you aren't moving in 5 minutes. Guess what? As far as I know, the customer, once you accept the offer, the customer then can see your location. If you aren't moving, the customer's like, why the heck is this person, like for me, I'm still hanging out at home. It's usually GrubHub I'm waiting on. I'm doing other things. I'm making good use of my time. I'm not going to waste my time. Now the customer, now that I know that, I'm like, I boogie. DoorDash always has the offers done right away. The longest I think I've ever waited recently is 5 minutes. That is the one improvement that they have made that is huge. Leads to increased efficiency. We can get more offers per hour. No brainer. You're going to make more money there, even at the same, offers, $5 to $7. It's a great point. They send that text for quality control. It's all within the algorithm. They don't care if you're on another delivery, if you're moving. I've been on other deliveries. In fact, it was the other day. I was incredibly late. I was stressed out. In fact, UDM was on the phone with me when this happened. I got that text notification. I was still heading the other way with a GrubHub delivery. It was a big DoorDash. I'm thinking it was like 12, 14 items. I knew it was going to pay out. It was going to be over a $100 bill. I thought it was going to be a little bit before it got done. I got the notification right away. Order ready for pickup. Ooh, panic mode set in. I try not to stress out and get freaked because then it leads to bad driving. You get erratic. It's just a whole snowball effect. Anyhow, I'm heading the opposite direction. I still got a ways to go. It's lunch rush. They send me that notification. I'm not over 10 minutes away. That ended up paying out over $20. That would have sucked to have lost. I was late picking up. I felt horrible about it. That's the one thing about, I don't know how people double dip and triple dip. That would just stress me the freak out. I don't do it because I'm not comfortable with it. I like to keep it simple and have fun with this. If you all want to do it, make more money and take the risk, go ahead. Back to that alert and that text. All it is to get you heading there because they know that their deliveries, their pickups are going to be done quick. They don't want to piss off the customer and they don't want to piss off the merchant. Those are two people they want coming back and that they want keeping them as a partner. They don't care. Drivers like, just get moving, go pick it up. I like it. It creates a sense of urgency. It gets my butt moving to the place. If I'm on another delivery, it becomes a little stressful. GrubHub doesn't even send you a text. They will reassign that offer if and when they want to because you're moving a different direction. You're not moving quick enough, which is terrible considering the average wait for GrubHub is 20 minutes before you're actually going to be able to pick up the food. Yeah, right? 20 minutes. Think about that for all you that hate on DoorDash. I like the higher payouts on GrubHub. I hate all the bull BS. I like the efficiency with DoorDash. I hate their app. It's glitchy and some of the other things. All these companies have their pros and cons. That text has nothing to do with trying to scare people away from multi-apping. It's quality control. They're just trying to get your butt there to pick up the offer, to get it to customers so nobody gets pissed off. They don't have to refund anything and moving on. And they can keep growing market share. That's it. As simple as that. Yes, people are going to spin it however they want. Sometimes it's just to get views. That's their thing. Just know that and understand that for those that watch those channels. Before you keep coming to me in my comments. Yes, this all was spurred by a lot of people coming to me and asking, is this going on? What's going on? And I got so fired up and frustrated and saw what led to it. And then I have to address this. It's all nonsense. It's crap. It's reviews, scare tactics. When you see actual proof, like someone like myself showing screen shared, screenshots, and multiple people agreeing and being consistent, then you could start to believe what you're hearing. Until then, question everything, including the stuff that I say. Question it at first. I never forget one of my old college professors used to say, show me the data. Show me the data. This is exercise science class. I'll never forget that guy. He was so data driven. You think I'm bad. This guy was on another level. But I appreciated and loved him for that. Show me the data, the proof. Okay, I'm open to it, but show me the proof. I love it. Jeanette says, hi coach, so mad, hate DoorDash. It's been gray last month. Is it true there was a lawsuit? There's always lawsuits out on these companies. I have a video coming with scheduling tips that touches on the gray areas and what's going on with that. With it being so saturated and with it being summertime, I do have some tricks and some really good information, stuff to share with you all later this week in a video. I've been collecting content yesterday, the day before, and I'll collect some more today to share and show you all how you can get around that. In most markets, not all markets, some are so small and so new that you're just going to have to sign up with other apps or another job until it grows. You've seen the growth with DoorDash. They are aggressive with their marketing and their approach. So just know if they're in your market, they're going to grow. If you're in a small little town and you have a bigger market close by, maybe 30 minutes, it might be worth it to drive to that town and make some good money and drive back. It has to make sense, time and mileage wise though. Keep that in mind for profitability as a business. Let's see here. David says, do you keep all the apps running even when doing delivery or just waiting on orders? Great question. That's another video. I have a multi-apping video with GrubHub and DoorDash. I've done a bunch of screen share that I'm going to share with all of you on how exactly I do that. I could talk about it and discuss it right now, but what I found is showing how I actually do it is the best way for you all to learn. That's the best way for me to learn, is seeing how somebody actually does it. So what I've been doing is collecting screen sharing content to share with you all in a video. So look for some really good videos coming forward based on the problems that I've seen a lot of you addressing in my comments and hear your concerns. I'm a problem solver. I like to see these concerns, these problems, figure out a solution, then present it to you all. And then you can do with it what you want. Let's see. Great question, David. Lilac asks, anyone else put the food in the DoorDash bag and then put the bag in the GrubHub bag while you're driving in the car? That might be overkill. Just know that you have anything that's fried or that has a lot of steam coming off, you need to leave some type of vent for the steam to escape. Otherwise, you're going to create a lot of moisture on that food within whatever you store it in. So for those of you that do not know, when you're transporting food and something really hot is producing steam, I mean like pizzas, any fried foods, you want to leave some type of vent port for that steam and air to escape. So think about like some French fries. You want soggy French fries, you want crispy French fries. I know I want crispier French fries. To each his own, but a little tip on food delivery when transporting food in those bags. Another good tip that those that tuned out early totally missed that they might not have known about. Lance says, damn it, dog, I lost $5. Jake, I'm coming downtown to dine you. I think you meant to say find me. If you want to find me, all you do is just ask. Oh, I never shy away. It's funny. I love it. I love the fun, the entertainment. Keep it coming. Give me a hard time. I don't mind. I'm going to give you all a hard time. You know that. Jamie or Jaime says, I have a 5% acceptance rating on DoorDash, and I still make the goal I set for myself of $100 a day multi-apping. There it is. Proof and evidence of somebody else in another market. And I have tons of this. Tons of people sharing stories like this. No issues, no problems. DoorDash Glitchy app? Heck yeah, their app sucks. I can't believe with the 400 and the 600 million, the $1 billion of money that they've got, that they've raised, that they can't put together a better functioning app. I don't know. All these companies, again, have their pros and their cons. We'll just take it for what it is. Too funny. Jeanette says, I'm going to start a new business. So upset. Thanks God we have Coach to tell us DoorDash are mean, raw people. Just got to teach you the realities. Now, what I want to do is compare this with Uber. Some people might think you're such a bad guy for teaching people promoting DoorDash. If you really think they're the Uber. Think about if more Uber drivers had worked as true independent contractors, been pickier about the rides they took, did not accept 100%, and took all the terms that came their way, they would not be in the situation where they're in right now. My way to try and disrupt that is teaching you all how to be true independent contractors and showing how it's done. People can say all they want, but actions speak louder than words. Numbers don't lie. People do. I heard that some other creator, a YouTube creator, is working on an app, a delivery platform. Pretty cool stuff. Not my realm. I don't want to mess with any of that. David says, in my main zone, I tend to get 7+ an hour. The lowest I've ever seen is $6.50. Yeah, know your market. Test different zones. Find out. The one particular zone I have, the minimum is $4.75. Most offers are between $5 to $6. I go in the zone right next to it. They're all $7 plus. The lowest I saw was around $6.75, $6.50. And that was like one out of a ton. Find these spots, these zones. They're testing, they're doing different things. They always are. And they test it in select spots before they roll it out. Why? They're collecting data. They're using your own data to make a decision going forward. Now I'm going to have to cut off pretty soon here. I'm going to miss all the back end of this. I apologize. You know how to get a hold of me in the Facebook group. Is the easiest. Trying to keep up with Messenger, emails. You guys are flooding me, doing a great job. I'm doing my best to keep up with you all. So please be patient, and I apologize for those of you that are waiting for a little bit. I'll do my best. Good problems. Ivy says, Jake, I've done over 2,300 deliveries with DoorDash, and for all those deliveries, I've always only gotten a minimum of $7 or higher in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's a good problem. Those of you that are DoorDashing in Las Vegas, Nevada, you have no excuses. I lived in Vegas. I was a valet out there. I know that market. It's a big city. It's big. It's spread out. Big urban sprawl, just like Phoenix is. There are places to succeed in Vegas and the surrounding areas. That I guarantee. Thanks for sharing that information. Survive and Thrive says, your completion rate and customer rate are the two stats that DoorDash does care about. You can see the order before you accept, so complete the orders you do take. Exactly. And I've shared some scenarios where you will have to and will want to reassign an offer. And again, there's no reason why that should be more than 3 out of 10. I think 2 out of 10 would be at the most. You might end up in some extreme circumstances. What I say is I challenge you all to be pickier up front. You need to be pickier up front and not care about your acceptance rating. Then your completion rating will stay high and you won't have issues. Let's try that. Good stuff. Thanks for sharing. Scrolling the wrong one here. Bullgate says, just wanted to drop in and say thanks, Jake. Because of you, I averaged $25 an hour on DoorDash and I started less than a month ago. Right there. That's the stuff I want to hear. That's the stuff that motivates me. And this is proof. This is the numbers I speak of. Numbers don't lie. People do. Call me a fraud, whatever you want. I don't care. I'm going to keep speaking with my actions louder than their words. I don't care about the haters and the trolls. JR says, the only 2 delivery apps that are popular in my area are DoorDash and GrubHub. I'm trying to multi-app, but GrubHub is not helping me finish my application, so I'm stuck with DoorDash only. Find out who your driver specialist is in your market. See if you can go down to the office. I don't even care if it's shy, if it's kind of against. I've told people that. What are they going to say? No? Tell you to go away? Do whatever you can to go get on with that app. especially if you only have the one, if you only have DoorDash. Yesterday, GrubHub was a total skunk for me at lunch. I had one good offer of $13, which actually canceled on me. And it was all DoorDash. I ended up making the majority of my money yesterday on DoorDash. If I ran just one app and I had loyalties to GrubHub, I would have been screwed. And I have been screwed at times before where I was loyal to just the one. I was like, what an idiot. Why am I doing that? Learn. Live and learn. Dean says DoorDash needs to pull an Uber and release a brand new driver app. They might be working on a new app. I wouldn't be surprised if they are, to be honest with you. Ryan says, thanks, Jake, for teaching selectivity with DoorDash. That is the best way to disrupt the ridiculous pay model. Exactly. Just think if more drivers, if the majority were rejecting a lot of offers. That would force DoorDash to make a change that benefits all of us. Right? I don't get it. Hate me and talk all the garbage you want, people, but those of us who are smarter, we know better. Our actions can force their hand. And it will. It will. I'm not going to stop. Just getting started. Robert says, Dean Hooks, DoorDash is constantly releasing new apps. 3 since March. A new one just released. They all still suck. App updates are good friends. Oh, DoorDash, bad for drivers. Yeah, actually, I believe when they did put it on the Play stores when they did create a new app. And I know a lot of them do that before they go public. Not always. I know they're getting ready to go public sometime in the near future. Dash and Surprise, Alan says, you're the best. I want you to know that the Phoenix area is so different in each of the zones. It is. It's crazy different. I've worked in different zones, and I'm actually about to move in 3 months from Central Phoenix back to the East Valley. And I love it because I'm going to be able to show people that think that I'm just in a good market, and that's why I'm doing so well, that's not the case. It's my principles. My principles are why. Now, a lot of people think that, oh, well, you're in Phoenix, it's a busy market. Guess what? There's a waiting list right now. For as many offers as there are, there's just as many drivers. Supply versus demand ratio isn't much different than a lot of these other markets. That's what you're failing to miss. Where it is a benefit is where there are enough offers to find some bigger, higher paying offers. That is where Phoenix can be a benefit over the rest of them, and why I've shown you strategies on how you can still win with $5 to $7 offers working smarter. Survive and Thrive says, I have the hardest time getting on schedule with DoorDash, which is a shame because it's one of my favorite platforms. I don't call them door trash when I get on. I always make good money with them. I have a great video. I have good stuff. Thank you all for sharing your concerns with the scheduling. It led me to really try and find a way. I've been testing some things out over the last week and have some really good screen sharing content that I'm going to put together for you all in the very next video. I promise to have that out within 2 days. I always do my best, but my plate's full and sometimes I overcommit. So thank you all for your patience. Quality is always my number one goal. So if I put off something for a few days to ensure that the quality's right, that's how I'm always going to do it. So again, I appreciate all of you for your patience and understanding that. Let's see. A couple more questions before I jump off. Let's see. Actually, I think we're good. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. I hope this helps some put your fears and your worries to rest. If anything, entertaining for the rest of you that didn't care, weren't scared. Now I'm tripping over my words. But again, thank you for tuning in. Hope you all have a great day, evening, whatever, for those that are tuning in the replay. Be safe out there. Have fun doing whatever you're doing. Only one life to live. And as always, work smarter. Hashtag LowPayNoWay. And I'll see you soon. Don't forget, Facebook group below. For those that like Facebook and don't care about it, that's how you can connect more. We can share a lot more data, information, stories, and success. My channel is all about winning. Screw the rest.